They ask if I have final words. I don't answer. What's the point? My voice won't rewrite what's already decided. The crowd wants a performance, he wants a spectacle, and me, I just want it finished. The iron post presses hard against my back, cold metal against bare skin. They took my armor 3 weeks ago, took my rank, my name, left me with execution chains and a cracked collar around my neck. The collar is meant to stop me from running. The small bronze pins inside tighten every time I swallow, like a reminder I don't even own my breath. There's a faint metallic taste in my mouth. Familiar. The sun climbs. Dawn executions are tradition. Something about first light and justice. I stopped believing in justice the day my teacher signed the order to execute me by fire. A stone clips my cheek, sharp enough to sting. The crowd laughs. Someone shouts, "Traitor." Another voice calls for my family to pay for my sins. I blink, steady myself, and scan the square. 200 people, maybe 300. They're not here for truth. They're here for entertainment. Fire draws bigger crowds than a clean blade. He stands on his platform beneath a crimson canopy, seated like a king. My old banner hangs from his belt like a prize. He strokes his beard 3 slow passes. That's his tell. 3 strokes means he's already decided how you'll die. He taught me that 10 years ago. He probably forgot I was paying attention. I look away. Focus on the post. The chains. The timing. 8 minutes before the poison finishes its work. The blackthorn is dissolving under my tongue, bitter, sharp, like rust. A deserter once told me blackthorn stops the heart in 10 minutes. Quiet, clean, you go numb. Then you're gone. I swallowed it 30 seconds before they chained me here. 7.5 minutes left. He doesn't know. Nobody knows. They think they'll burn me, make me cry out, give them their ending. But I'm going to leave without giving them that. I'm going to die on my terms. The crowd parts. He descends from his platform. His boots are spotless. Polished black leather. No dust. No work. No consequence. He walks like he owns the world because, for now, he does. He stops close enough that I catch the scent of tea on his breath, some expensive blend from the eastern provinces. He used to share it with me after training, back when I was his student, his pride, before I became his problem. I taught you how to fight, how to lead, how to turn chaos into victory, he says. Today I teach you the final lesson, how to die well. Watch carefully. He lifts my banner. Crimson silk catches the light. Gold dragon emblem. Kingdom crest. I carried that banner through 17 campaigns. He tears it slowly until the fabric gives with a soft, ugly rip. This flag represents everything you threw away, he says. Honor, duty, your family's name. But don't worry. I'll make sure your wife and children are looked after. Under my protection. My hands clench. The chains rattle. A promise, shaped like a threat. Even now, especially now, he needs to control the story. I try to lunge. The chains jerk tight. My shoulders flare with pain. The collar tightens. The metallic taste returns. The poison is working. My fingers feel heavy. Cold creeps into my chest, like winter settling in. He smiles. He wanted me to fight the restraints, wanted me to look desperate, wanted me to match the monster he described to the city. So I stop, let my body go still, and I smile instead. The smile tastes like rust and regret and 10 years of misplaced trust. His expression flickers. His hand goes to his beard again, not the 3 strokes. Just a touch. Like he's checking something. Like he's unsettled. I took the narrative from him. Good. Let him remember this me, calm. Me, unbroken. Me, denying him the ending he planned. The ground trembles. Horses scream somewhere outside the square. The crowd murmurs, confused, turning toward the western entrance. Then the wolves come. The western gate doesn't explode, it breaks apart. Stone and dust burst outward as grey shapes surge in faster than any horse. 6 of them, 10, 15, grey wolves as large as bears, moving like a storm through the crowd. People scatter, screaming, running. Soldiers draw swords, but they're already behind the moment. The wolves are among them. Claws, teeth, shouts, panic. Everything collapses into noise and motion. My vision blurs. The poison has advanced. 5 minutes left, maybe less. Through the dust, I see one figure moving toward me, tall, wrong-footed. Neither wolf nor human. The figure resolves into a woman. Then something between. She's 6 feet tall, maybe more. Grey-toned skin, amber eyes with narrow slits, wolf ears, long, sharp nails. Her hair is silver and wild. She moves through chaos like smoke through cracks, like gravity is a suggestion. She reaches me. Her hands close around the chains. The iron groans and then gives. Impossible. Iron doesn't just give. But suddenly the restraints are open, and I'm sagging because my legs don't want to hold me. I'm dying, I whisper. Let me die. Her voice is low and rough, like distant thunder over stone. When she speaks, I feel it in my ribs. No, she says. You owe me a debt now. She cuts her palm. Dark red beads rise. She grips my jaw and forces my mouth open. I try to pull away. Too slow. Too weak. Her eyes are inches from mine, cold, certain. Swallow, she says, or die. Choose. I swallow. Heat rushes through me fast, sharp, all at once. The bitterness of the poison vanishes. The cold in my chest retreats. In its place, a fierce, unfamiliar strength, spreading from my throat to my fingertips like lightning under skin. My senses snap wide open. I can smell fear in the crowd, dust in the air, oil from torches. I can hear hearts beating, hundreds of them. Each rhythm distinct. I can see into corners of the square that should be shadow. She pulls me upright. I stand. I shouldn't be able to stand, but I do. My legs don't just work, they feel stronger than they were yesterday. A shout cuts through the chaos from a distance, amplified by the walls. Kill the wolf, the traitor dies with her. Arrows streak from the eastern wall. Dozens! They aren't aiming at me. They're aiming at her. Run. She doesn't wait for agreement. Her hand clamps around my wrist. The broken execution chain clinks as she drags me forward, and my body follows before my mind catches up. We run. The wolves run with us, coordinated like a trained unit. They've done this before. Market stalls blur past. People dive out of the way. Arrows hiss overhead and strike stone where we were a heartbeat earlier. Why are they targeting you? I gasp. How do they know killing you kills me? She doesn't slow, doesn't look back. Blood bond, she says. My life tethers yours. We die together now. The words land like a collar of their own. Together. Die together. She didn't ask. She She didn't offer a choice. She took my quiet exit and turned it into a leash. You didn't ask, I snap. You just took my choice. You were dying anyway, she says. Now you're useful. We reach the city wall. A 40-foot drop to black rock below. The wolves don't hesitate. They climb down using claws and footholds like they were born for stone. She pulls me to the edge. I can't. Jump, she says, or I throw you. She jumps, still holding my wrist. We fall together. The ground rushes up too fast. My mind flashes one thought, this is where bones break. We hit. I bend, roll, and stand clean, controlled like I've trained for it 100 times. But I haven't. My body just knows. What did she put in me? I stagger and retch, emptying my stomach onto the rocks. My body fights the change even as it accepts it. She watches. No comfort, no apology. Only those amber eyes, measuring. You'll adapt, she says, or you'll die. Either way, you march tomorrow. 1 mile beyond the city walls, the wolves regroup. 15 of them. Some limping, most fine. They pant, tongues out, eyes bright. They look energized by the raid, like chaos is a language they speak fluently. I'm shaking, not from fear, from anger, from the realization that my life has been grabbed and redirected. I grab her arm. Her skin is warm, solid, real. What do you want from me? She pulls her arm free, slowly, deliberately. Not because I'm strong enough to hold her, but because she's letting me understand the difference. I need you to lead 600 young wolves through Black Sand Pass in 100 days, she says. You're the only human alive who knows the terrain. Find someone else. She reaches into a pouch and draws out a small cloth bundle, opens it. Inside a lock of brown hair with gold highlights my daughter's ribbon-tied strand, the kind you keep because it's too precious to throw away. A child's drawing stick figures of me, my wife and our girl, a simple silver ring, my wife's wedding band. The world goes quiet. How did you? I've been watching your family for 6 months, she says. They're hiding in the grey steppe. He doesn't know yet, but he will. In about 40 days, his scouts will find them, and when they do, he'll finish what he started with you. She folds the cloth and tucks it away like it's nothing. Lead my warriors through the pass, she says, or lose your family the way you were meant to lose your life. The math is brutal. Simple. I have no choice. Maybe I never did, only the illusion of it. You planned this, I say. The rescue, the timing, everything. Yes, I don't have a choice. No, you don't! I look down at my hands. In the moonlight, faint lines under my skin glow with a pale blue-white shimmer. Wolf blood, her blood, inside me, changing me. The broken execution chain still hangs from my wrist. The collar still sits heavy at my throat. I traded one prison for another, one master for another. The only difference is this one doesn't pretend she isn't holding the leash. 2 days of forced marching. No real stops. No real rest. Just forward. Always forward. My body should be giving out. It should be folding under the strain. But it doesn't. The wolf blood keeps me moving, keeps my muscles steady, even when my mind begs to collapse. A young wolf keeps staring at me. Maybe 17. Small for her kind, with grey-brown skin and huge amber eyes that miss nothing. Her ears pivot toward every sound, every shift of wind.
Why do you walk like that?
Like what?
Like you're still in chains.
I look down and she's right. My shoulders are pitched forward. My head is lowered. The posture of someone who expects to be struck for taking up space. A prisoner's walk, even after the restraints are gone. My body remembers. Habit carved into bone. Shame trained into muscle. I straighten, force my shoulders back. It hurts not in my joints, but somewhere deeper. Like I'm pulling myself out of a shadow I've lived in too long. The cliffs appear on the third day, black basalt, jagged and ancient, like the earth itself is guarding the place. The entrance looks like wolf fangs, two massive stone pillars framing a dark mouth. Grey wolf lair, their home, their fortress. The cave swallows us. Inside, the air is warmer than outside, and everything is lit by strange, living color. Blue-green fungus glows along the walls. Lamps made from carved bone hold small pools of oil, casting orange light that flickers and makes the shadows breathe. And there are wolves everywhere. Young ones, old ones. All of them stop to stare as we pass. At me, the human, the outsider, the enemy. Their hostility isn't subtle. I can feel it in the way the air tightens, in the way bodies shift to make space without stepping aside. A hand rises. The murmuring stops instantly. He is blood-bonded, she says. Harm him. You harm me. Understood. Silence. Then slow nods, reluctant, resentful, but obedient. They step back, but their eyes stay on me, tracking every breath like they're waiting for me to slip. I count as we walk deeper. 600. Maybe more. Most look 16 to 20, too bright-eyed, too eager. They haven't seen real war. I can tell by how they stand, how they lean into confidence like it's armor. They think claws make them untouchable. They think fury equals strength. They're kids pretending they're warriors, and she expects me to turn them into soldiers in 100 days. The council stone sits in the central cavern, huge, flat, carved with names that go back centuries, hundreds, thousands, 500 years of wolf history cut into rock. She stands beside it. The pack forms a wide circle around us. Around me. This is the former commander of the Eastern Cavalry, she announces. He will train you for war. An older wolf rises, maybe 40, with old scars and the wary posture of someone who's survived what others didn't. His voice is sharp with suspicion. Why would we trust a human? Humans destroyed the Grey Claw Pack. Humans killed your son. The circle stirs. Low sounds of agreement. Anger gathering like weather. I can feel the focus narrowing onto me. And they're not wrong to hate me. I have fought wolves before under his command. Following orders. Being a good soldier. Her voice cuts through the noise, cold, controlled, final. I trust him because he has no choice. His life is bound to mine. If he betrays us, he dies. She slices her palm. The old cut hasn't even closed. Dark red beads rise again. She tightens her fist. My chest seizes. Not a wound, something deeper, like an invisible hand closing around my breath. Pain flashes sharp and bright, and I drop to my knees on the stone, gasping, unable to past the pressure. Then she releases her grip. The sensation vanishes like it was never there. I'm still on the ground, breathing hard. The wolves laugh high, mocking. A demonstration. A reminder. I'm not a guest here. I'm a controlled asset. See, she says, a perfect leash. I push myself upright, slowly. My hands shake not from what I felt, but from what it means.
I'm not a dog.
No, she says. You're a weapon, and weapons don't get opinions. She steps to the council stone and carves my name with her claw, fresh, deep, permanent. A new mark among old ones. 100 days. Black Sand Pass. Deliver my warriors through safely. Then your family is protected, and the bond breaks. And if I fail, then we all fall. Me, you, my clan, and eventually your family when he finds them. The next morning she orders me to observe training. The amphitheater is a natural bowl of stone, its walls scarred with claw marks and old impacts. The sand underfoot is darkened by time and use, like it remembers every lesson learned the hard way. 2 young wolves spar, maybe 18. They're all aggression, all forward motion. No guard, no spacing, no formation, just force, claws, and the belief that stronger means winning. One takes a hard strike across the ribs. He doesn't yield, doesn't step back. Pride stubborn, foolish pride keeps him pressing forward even as his body slows. I've seen this in human soldiers too, men who think bravery means never giving ground. He taught me otherwise. He taught me retreat is a tactic. Survival is victory. A dead hero is just dead. The spar ends when the injured wolf collapses to the sand. The other throws back his head and howls, celebrating. The crowd cheers like they've witnessed strength. But all I see is waste. In real war, both of them would be gone. The aggressive one for overcommitting, the injured one for refusing to disengage. Gone before they ever became useful. I look up to the high ledge where she watches, calm and measuring. Your warriors will not last in their first real engagement. Then teach them to last. It takes years to make soldiers. You have 97 days. I walk into the training ground. The sparring stops. Every head turns. Every set of eyes locks onto me. Formation, now. They don't move. A young wolf steps forward, smirking, confident. Why should we listen to a human? I pick up a practice sword wood, weighted, solid in my hands. Because I can take any 3 of you at once. Laughter rolls through the arena. 3 wolves step forward eagerly, like they've been handed a game. They rush me, no coordination, no spacing, no plan. I don't move immediately. I watch. I read. Patterns are patterns, no matter the species. Then I step in. I redirect the first into the second with a simple turn of momentum. They collide. Off balance. The third swings wide. I dip under it and tap his knee lightly, precisely. A reminder of what accuracy does in real combat. Less than 2 minutes later, all 3 are down in the sand, blinking in surprise. I'm breathing evenly. Strength without strategy is noise. If you want to survive Black Sand Pass, you learn discipline. Silence. Then her voice from above, flat, decisive. Begin drills. This time, they listen. They form lines. Not out of respect, out of fear. But fear will do for now. Day 4. An old man arrives under escort, thin as driftwood, bald, one ear missing cleanly, like an old consequence. He walks with a stick. His right eye is cloudy, his left is sharp, assessing everything in a single glance. She steps forward.
You're late.
The old man shrugs like time is a joke.
I'm old. Everything is late.
She tilts her head toward me. This is a desert guide. He knows Black Sand Pass. The guide's gaze drops to the broken length of execution chain still hanging from my wrist. His expression tightens recognition, and something like caution. You recognize these chains?
Royal execution detail. Long time ago.
Her voice stays calm. He deserted 30 years ago. He understands what it means to carry shame. That's why I trust him. The guide taps his stick once against the stone, like he's counting. The pass has swallowed 40 caravans this year, and that was before anyone knew you were heading through. I don't have to ask who is responsible for that kind of luck. Him. The guide's mouth twists. He campaigned there 20 years ago. He knows it almost as well as you. Almost. Not quite. My memory of that terrain, every turn, every dead angle, every place the wind lies is the only advantage I have left. Night A7. Sleep won't hold me. The blood bond drags me under and then snaps me awake again and again with memories that aren't mine. I'm seeing through her eyes. I'm standing in a different place, a different time, watching a young wolf, maybe 15, with brown fur and amber eyes too wide with confusion. Something has struck him. He's struggling to breathe. Her hands are on his face, steadying him, trying to keep him here, trying to make it not real. But it is real. His eyes keep searching hers, like he's asking why this is happening, like he still believes there's an answer. Then the scene fractures. I jolt awake, gulping air like I've been underwater. My face is wet. Tears. Not mine. Hers. The grief is old, but in the bond it feels new, like it never stopped. She stands at the entrance, silent, watching me like she's been there the whole time. Get out of my head,
It's not a choice.
she says.
Blood connects us.
I see your daughter's face when you dream. You see my son when I remember. She sits back against the cave wall. For the first time, she looks tired. Not like a ruler, not like a predator, like someone who has carried too much for too long. How did he die? Her eyes lower, as if she's choosing which part hurts least to say out loud. A human commander promised safe passage for refugees. We believed him. It was a trap. 60 wolves were lost. My son was 15. My throat tightens. What was the commander's name? She answers without hesitation.
Vorian.
The name lands like weight. Like a collar. Like the first spark of a fire you can't put out.
Vorian did that?
Vorian gave the order. His student carried it out.
And lifts her gaze to me. A young cavalry officer. 25. Followed instructions without question. Efficient. Thorough. A good soldier. The implication doesn't rush in. It sinks. It. Slow, heavy. 10 years ago. Eastern border. A refugee camp. I was there. I remember his voice. Calm. Certain. The way he framed it as necessity. The way he made doubt sound like weakness. I believed him. I followed. I told myself I was protecting the kingdom. But the bond doesn't let me hide behind words.
I might have been there.
Her silence is an answer. When she finally speaks, her voice is almost gentle, almost.
I know, I chose you.
The cavern feels colder. The space between us fills with old choices and new understanding.
You saved me. To punish me.
Her mouth curves barely, not a smile.
I saved you to use you. Punishment is a bonus.
Morning, day 10. A scout bursts in, breath quick, ears pinned flat, eyes wide with urgency.
Riders.
3 miles south.
We move to the cliff edge. The valley opens beneath us like a wound in the land wide. Quiet, waiting. Below, cavalry stands in perfect formation. 15 riders, disciplined. Still, positioned just beyond bow range, like they're making sure we understand this isn't a fight. It's a message. A voice carries up the stone, as if the air itself is loyal to him.
Arlen! I know you can hear me!
He lifts something blue in his hand. Even from here, I know it. My daughter's ribbon. My stomach drops so hard it feels like the world tilts with it.
I have something of yours. Come take it back, please, or I start sending reminders.
My hands press into the rock until my knuckles ache.
He has my daughter.
He's bluffing.
She says, gaze fixed on the riders. Unreadable.
What if he's not?
His laughter drifts up, thin and confident.
100 days, Arlen. I'll wait. I'm a patient teacher.
Then they turn as one and ride away, dust rising behind them like a curtain closing. The valley goes quiet again. But I don't. I wheel on her.
You said my family was safe.
She doesn't flinch. She doesn't apologize. She chooses her words like she's weighing how much truth I can survive. I said gray step. That's all I knew. My chest tightens. You lied. Her ears dip just slightly. The closest thing to guilt I've seen on her. I knew enough. And that's when it lands. She never knew where they were. Not really. She used the possibility. The fear. The leverage. Just like him. I'm not a man to either of them. I'm a tool. A weapon to point. A piece to move. And when I'm spent, discarded. Look, I won't lie, this story consumed us. My team and I built it piece by piece, wrestling with every scene, every choice Arlen makes. We used AI as a tool, but the soul that's ours, and yours, if you let it be. Is it perfect? Hell no. We see the cracks, but we also see Arlen standing at that cliff edge, knowing Marhala lied, knowing Vorian has his daughter's ribbon, knowing he's trapped between two monsters who both claim to own him. So here's the deal. If you want to see what happens in the Black Sand Pass, if you want to know whether Arlen saves his family or becomes the weapon Marhala needs, drop a comment. Tell us what hit you, what frustrated you, what you'd change. Because Part 2 doesn't exist yet, not until you say it should. This isn't just our story. It's ours together. If you're willing to bleed for it like Arlen does,